Look, inevitably, I think you were kind of hinting at it a minute ago, Fraser, but inevitably there's going to be a lot of speculation about his future this summer. Celtic, I think probably it's fair to say, Mick, the only team in the country that could afford the sort of money that Motherwell would demand, and quite rightly so. What's your gut feeling? Could you see him there? Do you think he's probably going to end up abroad? There's been interest from Italy. What do you think will happen with him?
Listen, it depends on himself. Obviously, his dad's a wily character as well. I know Lee pretty well. Good head and his shoulders. I think Celtic will. I know they are looking at him, interested in him, and they'd love to get him. There's a bit of me thinks I like to see this kid go and try his luck abroad and broaden his horizons. I mean, you see the guys that have gone to Italy and done really well, and you think his game could come on again. The English market, England's obviously the place where the money is, and the big clubs. I would like to see how far he can go. Does he go? Would he go to a Celtic and maybe would he get in the team straight away? Don't know. Would it halt his progress for the first year or so? Maybe. I would rather see him playing week in, week out. Like he's already played, 100 games for Motherwell almost, which is great for that age. I think we saw it with Kieran Tierney, put 100 games for Celtic before he turned 19, 20. And he goes on and becomes a top player in the English Premier League. I'd love to see that happen with Lennon Miller as well. We want our guys to be playing at the very top level. What we need Champions League players. We need Scottish players. We've got quite a lot of good players that are playing at a decent level in England and abroad. We need to have guys playing regularly in the Champions League because that is the peak of European football and world football. And the more exposure they get to that level, the better they get for us as well. So yeah, I would like Celtic play obviously regularly in the Champions League. That'd be a good move for them. But I would like to see maybe a bit of European experience as well, broaden his horizons. But yeah, he's got the world at his feet, really, hasn't he? I mean, and it's good. And Muller will get a good few cuts from him as well. So it'll work out well for everyone eventually. But yeah, it's really interesting to see what happens to him next.
Do you not think, Fraser, as Mick says, that being around people like McTominay, Gilmore in the Scotland squad, seeing them thrive in a place like the Serie A, that, I mean, I don't know, to me that would be really tempting to go and try something like that.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure he's been weighing this up for a year now. Spoken really well on the matter. He's always said that wherever he goes, he wants to be playing. You know, he doesn't want to be stuck on a bench somewhere. I think that was more targeted maybe at the English Premier League, by the way. I've softened to the thought of him going to Celtic because I could see him obviously not being a regular starter, but maybe getting kind of Luke McCowan minutes there, which at 19 for Celtic, a wee sniff of European football as well, would still be a development for him in the next season or two. Like Mick, I would definitely fancy, I definitely prefer him to go abroad when you see what's happened to likes of Billy Gilmore and McTominay, Lewis Ferguson more than anybody in Italy. I mean, there just seems to be some magic. Anyone with a touch of tartan blood entering Italian football at the moment just seems to be taking up a level or two instantly. So I'd love to see what it would do to Lennon Miller. What is it Keith said last week? Tartanaccio. Hopefully Lennon Miller could be the next one to kind of benefit from that.
I must admit, it's funny though. I remember doing a piece with remember Pascal Bruno, but the Scottish guys out there, and I said, "Why is it the Scottish guys are doing so well in Italy?" And he goes, "Italian football he's a rubbish right now." That's not quite what I was after, Pascal.
That's not the quote we were after.
That wasn't quite what I was hinting about with how well the Scots are doing out there. But,
maybe three of us should pack our bags and give it a shot then.
I know.
Well, listen, but Buffon went to 45, didn't he? That's about my age, so maybe I've got another season in me.
Well, Mizuno says he'll probably get tapped up by the Scotland players. I think he means Lennon Miller and not yourself, Mick. And Richard simply says Celtic simply need Miller this summer as the long-term Hatate replacement. It does feel like it could be a summer of fluctuation, as we sort of said last night, Mick, on the hotline in terms of Celtic Park.
I would like to stop this talk about young players at 19 as well, though. I must admit, another thing that does my head in, how we talk about players being young. I mean, Scotland, a terrible habit of Scotland, they're going call him the youngster, and he's like 23. You know what I mean? He could be 7 years in the army at 23.
He's 18, Mick. He's 18.
He's 18. I know, but I'm saying people who are 18, 19, 20, we call them young players and all that stuff. It's a short career. You need to get playing as soon as possible. What do you call him? Lamal with Spain is only about, 12 and a half.
He was playing for Spain.
Exactly. So I hate this kind of the youngsters. We're not guilty of it. The young player, no, he's 28. Do you know what I mean? He's got a white beard.
The exact same. Yeah, I thought the exact same with George Hurst today when I saw him referred to as a young player. He's 26-year-old. You know, he's probably entered the second half of his career.
He's young to us, but not in football terms.